Everything comes from the darkness.
It's Smack the Guru. We back, about to answer questions that I got from a few people, and these are questions about the Navy. I'll probably break it down into different videos, but for people that been following me, they know I was in the military. And for people that's new to the channel, make sure you like the channel. I talk about a bunch of different topics, so go check them out and then subscribe to the channel if you like anything that I said. Now, the question I got about the military was, why did I choose the Navy over other branches? And it's a simple question. When I really think about it, you know, it was simple for me, but I'm glad that I chose the Navy because I made rank pretty fast, and it was just a dope experience looking back on it. Going through it, it was kind of rough, but looking back on it, very dope experience. Got to meet a bunch of different people from a lot of different places, travel the world, and those were some of the things that stood out to me about the Navy. They like, yo, you gonna hit different ports, and I did that. You know, almost got an opportunity to hit a lot of ports. Ship caught a fire, so we had to pull back in. Didn't hit the ports, but I hit a lot of ports still. And those highs, hitting those ports was amazing. And that's what the recruiters was telling me. Like, I had a male recruiter and a female recruiter, and they was telling me like, yo, when you get off that ship, you know, you're gonna be working hard on that ship. When you get off that ship in another country and just go wild, you're gonna have money to spend, all that. It's like, it's a high like none other. And it was. That's how I felt. Like, I was, you know, young. I got off the ship. Yo, we about to go party, you know, have a good time. And that's what we did, you know. But my initial choice for the Navy, this how it came down. So my grandfather was in the Army. So he was like, yo, he the person that really told me join the military. And I listened to him, was like, all right, you know, because I was young, I had a child early, and he like, man, join the military, get out of St. Louis. So he like, yo, get out of St. Louis, it's a rough city, you know, go to the military. So I'm like, all right. He telling me go to the Army. He like, go to the Army. Like, all right. So I got other people, my dad was in the Air Force. He like, go to the Air Force. I'm like, all right. And then I had no thoughts of going to the Coast Guard or the Navy. No thoughts. And the Marines was definitely a no too. Cause I'm like, I ain't about to be no Marine. Like, I'm looking at them, I'm like, nah, that ain't. Nothing against the Marines, you know, cause the Marines and the Navy, we like almost like one. And you know, I was just like, nah, I ain't. Cause I'm just looking at the personality of the people. I'm like, nah, that ain't me at all. So I go down to talk to the Air Force people, and they like, we jam packed, you know, it's gonna be a year, 2 years. This what they told me, it's gonna be a year, 2 years before we be able to get you in there. So they kind of giving me the run around. So I'm like, all right, you know, I don't need you, I go to the Army. So I go to the Army, and at the time, this was in St. Louis, this was on Lindell and Sarah. They had an Army recruiting place, and they had a Navy recruiting place right next to each other. So I had no clue about the Navy because none of my peoples ever was in the Navy. I go to the Army recruiting place, and I swear I forgot. I go up in there, and they like, oh, you want to join the Army? So they gun ho. They like, yo, you want to join the Army? And just from what I learned, you know, growing up in St. Louis, whenever somebody is too excited, like, soon as you, like, they too excited, and it's okay to be excited, but they was too excited. Like, yeah, we'll get you out of here in 2 weeks. I was like, now the Air Force telling me it's gonna take a while. The Army just told me they can get me out of here in 2 weeks. So I'm like, okay, let me think about it. I was in there by myself too. I'm like, let me think about it. So I leave, and I'm like, soon as I left, I'm like, ain't no way. They trying to get me out here in 2 weeks. Like, what are they trying to get me to do? You know what I mean? So I got in the car to leave, and I looked up, and I seen the Navy right next to them. I'm like, let me go in here and see what they talking about. I go in there to just see what they talking about, and I'm listening to them, and this what really got me hooked. The first guy, he was a chief. it was a black dude, you know, so I kind of related to him a little bit, you know, just from how he was talking and things he was saying to me. I was younger, you know, and he like, man, you'll be perfect for the Navy. You'll be successful. I was just like you when I was younger. I'm like, all right, you know, this seemed kind of cool, you know. So he started telling me different things about the Navy, and I'm like, okay, how fast would I leave? All right, now this was key. He was like, you know, we be busy, but you know, we should have an opening. I say 6 to 7 months. I'm like, cool. That'll give me time to prepare, you know, get ready to leave, and you know, it'll work. And just learning more and more about what I'll be doing. You know, I was watching movies like Saving Private Ryan. I'm thinking, I didn't know what the hell I was thinking back then. I'm like, yo, I didn't know what I was getting into. I'm watching Antoine Fisher. I'm like, okay, this is this is what the Navy like, you know. But he did a great job of explaining the process of what it's gonna be like, and you know, different things that's gonna happen in boot camp, what I need to do, what not to do. He really coached me through it, you know. And then I had a female recruiter. She helped too. Like they switched me over to her because he was leaving, and when she became my recruiter, it was just like, you know, a perfect switch. Like, boom, she became my recruiter, and everything still worked exactly the same, you know. So it was a dope experience, man. And that was my journey. That's why I joined the Navy, you know. But it's the Guru, man. That's another military video for people that been asking, because they been like, yo, do one about the military. Like, all right, I do one, you know. But yeah, man, so that's my story. It's Mac the Guru. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, comment below, let me know what you think. Peace.